there has never been a better time in this industry, a more exciting time to be thinking across platforms, across sources of data, across growth audiences, and really thinking about storytelling in a more strategic way. One that gets beyond just thinking about channel planning and where stories show up, and really leaning into how do customers experience the brand. And we see so many marketers really taking on that challenge to think more about the total value and the experience in storytelling versus the allocation of different stories across different channels specifically. In Mindshare, I think we did a really interesting job with our Nature Valley client, General Mills. And the work that we did there was really thinking about this need people had coming out of the pandemic, where we missed nature. We were indoors far too long. And obviously nature is something that really does connect well with mental health and well-being. And so in bringing this to life, we looked at this value that we could create in giving people a sense of that connection to nature in maybe some spots they wouldn't have thought of, like the commute, which generally is a high stress area. And so what we did everything from a out-of-home shelter where we're really bringing in plants and haptic video, which has the audio of waterfalls and nature sounds, and literally motion connected fans that give that sense of the breeze. And so surrounding people with a sense of nature during their commute, and then enhancing that with the microsite that also brought some of the nature to life, an audio experience with Pandora that gave them a listening break of nature sounds, and threading that all the way through to really create that experience that we felt helped fill that need for consumers and that connection with nature in out-of-home places and out-of-home and out-of-mind maybe spaces as well.
Tell us, Amanda, your approach to using contextual and audience-based advertising and how they complement each other.
Contextual and audience-based advertising has sometimes been positioned as either or, and really they are not at odds. We've always been approaching the world from a more full funnel lens and thinking through how they complement each other. What's kept them separate is often organizational structures or budgets or levels of control. And so when you can think bigger and step back from what those structures and operating ways of working are that have created some false walls between contextual and precision, you're really able to look at how both complements and drive performance as well as brand building. So it's looking at how can we think with our brand building campaigns and advertisers to pull that all the way through to commerce, and vice versa, how our precision goals and objectives can be enhanced by increasing the level of audience and understanding those growth opportunities from a brand building perspective as well, and bringing that all the way through back to the classic full funnel approaches. It's what's old is new again. So this false divide of context versus precision is going away as we continue to think about how do we bring that together and complement the strengths and really drive towards a better contextual understanding of unique audiences that can be identified through a number of data signals. That's where the precision audience understanding and the empathy of contextual understanding and signals can best come together.
Now that all adds to growth, of course, for your clients.
Very much so.
And you guys have an initiative at Mindshare called Good Growth. So explain sort of what that means and how you sort of activate around it.
So good growth from a Mindshare lens is helping our clients grow in ways that are more enduring, diversified, and sustainable. And it actually applies even broader to client growth to think about how we drive the good growth through the industry and good growth for our own people as well. The thinking here, and I think their approach and maybe a distinct point of view is how do we look at balancing these tensions that marketers face today? These tensions between short-term growth, which tends to lead towards performance and sometimes over-optimization at the expense of longer-term brand building, or the expense of kind of chasing those short-term sales goals versus the longer-term view of how do you sustainably grow your revenue and how do you diversify that? And also, how do you think about growth through more diverse audiences as well? And so we have built not only a toolkit, approach, methodology, and ways of working that help drive that good growth. Again, growth is more enduring, diversified, and sustainable for our clients. And 2022 was really about the year of not only talking about it from a positioning perspective and product lens, but also driving that completely through the organization so that everything we do is in pursuit of good growth across all of the stakeholders.
Amanda, just as a follow-up, tell us a little bit about the PMPs that you're activating around diverse groups. partnerships that you're working on, and sort of what you hope that brings to your media mix.
Right. So one of the key pillars supporting our quest for good growth is what we've developed around our product suite of inclusion PMPs. And so here's the opportunity for our clients to participate in pools of inventory and approaches that can actually help them reach diverse audiences and diversify their lens of what audiences can help grow their business. So we've launched a Black PMP. We've recently launched a Latinx PMP with Campari as well. And so it's creating a more turnkey way for our clients to actually connect with audiences with the right inventory in the right context and learn from that by generating data signals from this media activity that will help inform how they think about their audiences and how they dimensionalize that knowledge as well. We're bringing that across a number of clients, and all of that also fits within this broader perspective of responsible media. And our role as Group M to make sure that we're investing in the products and the partnerships that are diversifying media, that are also helping to support responsible journalism, that continue to focus on brand safety for our clients, but taking that a step further and talking about human safety and what are our partners doing to make sure that the quality of inventory and connections and the safety of kind of those experiences have people in society in mind as well. So the opportunity we see coming out of our investment in inclusion PMPs is not only to support our clients as they pursue more diverse audiences and help them reach them more effectively and in deeper ways through the connection to the right context and their more authentic voices, but in turn also bring more marketing dollars and media spend to diverse media owners and make sure that we're supporting the community in content creation. So it becomes this flywheel effect of more investment coming in to support more content development that creates more supply, that creates great opportunities for our clients to then reach communities in ways that are meaningful and can show the value of the brands that are advertising to the communities and help fund more content as a result.